Hello YouTube, it's William. Welcome to another sale. Let me go through my spiel right quick. These are going to be listed tomorrow, which is Tuesday, March the 12th at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. So you have time to watch this video and sit back, take it easy, take notes, and until they go live tomorrow at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, there will be a listing that says pricing only. It will say sold out, but they're not going to go live till on the 12th, okay? So that listing is just so that you can know where it's at, where it will be at, what the pricing is, how to find it, and all that other good stuff, okay? At 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock, or wait a second, I got it backwards. 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Mountain, 10 o'clock Pacific. Okay, there we go. All right, then it will go live and there will be a different listing that will have the quantities in there so that you can actually buy or purchase one of these knives, okay? Once again, I don't know how this sale is going to go, but in the past, they have sold very quickly, within minutes, okay? So I would suggest you getting 2 or 3, list them as priorities so that if someone purchases one before you could do it, then at least you have a shot at something else. It is not who puts it in their cart first. It is who pays first. So just because you got something in your cart doesn't mean you're going to get it, okay? It's whoever has that credit card handy that can pay for it the fastest is who's going to get it, okay? Let's see, sheaths. There's only 2 that has sheaths. Everything else is priced without a sheath. The 2 that has a Kydex sheath will show it in the pictures. It will also show it in this video. You can get sheaths at many places. If you want heirloom quality, the best quality that I've ever seen in leather, then contact Randy at stitchgear.com. If you want something that'll get you by until you can get something from Randy, then jreindustries.com. That's jreindustries.com. You'll have to take measurements of your knife and go through there, and you'll be able to pick out a sheath. These are very thin leather. They're decent. They can hold a candle to Randy's, okay? Not even close. But anyway, it will get you by until you can get something from Randy. Also, some of these, you may be able to get sheaths from the Great Northern. They have leathersmiths there in Alaska. So a lot of these models that is standard models, you might be able to get something from them as well. I don't know. You'd have to contact them. Okay. So I think there's 31, 32 knives, something like that. So I'm going to go through the specs. I'm going to go through a lot of things here in this video because there's a lot of information in this video that will not be in the listing, okay? So sit back, take it easy, get you some paper and pen and take notes, and that way you can write down the knives that you're interested in and prioritize those, and we'll get started, okay? All right, first of all, I have 3 new old stock. These are the old Hunters. The Master Hunters has the deer stamp on it, and this was from the first run. So this is probably 2 or 3 year old stock. I don't even remember when I released this. This was pre-laser. So I put a piece of blue tape on this one, so we're going to list this one as 1 because the handles are burled American walnut with black liners and black pins. So they're a little different. So anyway, this one will be 1. So it will say Master Hunter 1 on the description, and it will be this knife, okay? I'll give you some specs. I'm just going to give you the specs on on one of them, not all three of them, because they're all pretty much the same. Okay, all of these are handmade, and they will vary slightly. But, I mean, you'd have to lay them side by side and have a very good eye to see the difference, okay? So cutting edge to the handle from tip to handle is about 5 3/4. The Scandi portion is about 1 1/4 portion of that. Scandi flows all the way through. It's very easily sharpened. There's plenty of videos on how to sharpen these grinds that I do, okay? The thickness or the width of the handle is about 7/8. It's got pollen on it, but we'll clean them up before we ship them out. But anyway, just a very good knife. Fits medium to large hands. Handle on it, length is about 4 1/2. Overall is 10 1/2. Okay. So this is one. Hope you guys can see that in the sun. Okay. And this is 2. I think 2 probably has the best figuring on that, if you can see that on the walnut. These do have the Texas stamp. You can see the Texas stamp. And if you see a knife with a Texas stamp, that letter inside that Texas indicates what kind of steel it is. E means that this is AEBL, okay? So an E means AEBL. If it's an O, then it means it's O1. If it's a V, then that means that it is 3V. If it's an N, it's Nitro V, okay? Just kind of give you guys a heads up on that, all right? So this one is 2. See the 2 on the blue tape. Okay, and 3, well, that's pretty nice too. See how that figuring is in there? Still got the 1 on the blade, indicating a first run. Okay, now I've got 3 of the prototype wood drakes. This one is A. All of these are made out of 5/32 01 tool steel. Okay, and they've been cryo treated. These were 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch AEBL. Okay, the Master Hunters. Okay, again, this is 01 tool steel. This is prototype A, which is a high saber grind, and the cutting edge is still a 12 to 13 degree angle on either side, so it is very slicey. Cutting edge is about 5 3/4. Overall is 11. Handle length is about 4 1/2. The thickness on the handles is about an inch or 7/8, something like that. But yeah, this is prototype A, 01 tool steel. Okay, you see the prototype logo there, which is the inverted logo. The wood drake, a new model. We'll be releasing first runs on this in the next coming few weeks. I haven't decided which grind to go with. This is prototype B, which is natural canvas micarta. Again, 01 tool steel. This one has a kind of a blended saber back into that Scandi grind. 11 to 12 degree cutting edge all the way through. Very slicey. Okay, and here is prototype C, which is black Sure Touch, 01 tool steel. It has a Scandi, a 12 to 13 degree Scandi with a distal taper that starts about here and tapers down to a fine tip. If you guys have a preference of what these final models, this wood drake, which grind it should have, then put that in the comments below of what you would like to see in the final release. Okay, that's the 3 prototypes I've got. Again, pricing will be in that pricing listing on my website under the Shop Knives webpage. And there will be a direct link in the description of this video to that webpage, okay? Also, I'm getting a lot of listings on there, so Most of those listings will probably go away around the 1st of April. We'll probably put those back in the vault. So if you want something from there, then you need to go ahead and order that. Otherwise, I don't know when let's put them back up for order again, because orders have slowed down to where I need to put those away so I can put something else up there, okay? All right. Okay, so now I've got some one-ofs. This one had a piece of 01 that, this is a rat tail. And you see the 01 right there. And it has a piece of walnut with a red spacer. And this is Axis Stag handle. It's kind of like the field lore. It has the Scandi portion, but it has a distal taper at this part here into a fine tip. So it has thumb scallops. Somebody had mentioned that it doesn't go all the way to the deal there. You can see the rat tail in there. So this is not one that you want to beat on. This one, you got to handle it very gingerly. This is a one of. Blade length, cutting edge is 4 inches. Overall is 8 5/8. Handle thickness is about 1 inch. This one is 5/32 01 tool steel. So anyway, blade width is about 1 inch and 1/8 at the tooth. Okay, I didn't give you a width on blade width on these. The wood drake is about 1 inch and 7/8 at the hump, and the Master Hunter is about 1.5 inches, a little under 1.5 inches. And if there's any of these models that you're not familiar with, then all you got to do is just either go to my homepage of YouTube main page, and there's playlist, and there's one that has new models, and it'll show you. There's a bunch of them in there. If you want to narrow it down, then you just go to YouTube and do a search. Just put WC Knives and the model name in there, and videos will pop up on that model, okay? So that's probably the easiest way to just find a model that you're not familiar with, because every one of these that was released as a model has an introduction video that shows you that I go through the design of it, the intent, a lot of the specs and everything else. This one is a field lore out of 5/32 Magna Cut. When I was finishing up the customs that was ordered 2 or 3 years ago, I finally finished them up just before the end of the year. She had ordered placed an order, and then she changed it to a field lore. She wanted it in Magna Cut 5/32. So I got enough to do 2. So if I mess one up, I would have something to back up. But anyway, I did mess it up. So I went ahead and finished the knife, and I used this for a while. It is 5/32 Magna Cut. There you go. See the date stamp on it is what? December of 23. It has OD green, canvas micarta, black pins, and a thick liner. The blade on it is 4 1/4. Cutting edge overall is 9 1/8. Has very nice thumb scallops on it. Fits my medium to large hands beautifully. Has a little bit of texture on the micarta. You will at some point have to sand that down, and there's a video in my playlist that tells you how to do that, to rough those back up to get a little bit texture back on those canvas micarta handles. But again, this is Magna Cut. Rockwell is about 64. Beautiful knife, wonderful knife. And like I say, I used it for a long time. It's just that I went back to the 1/8 inch field lore. It just works for me. It ticks all the boxes. And so that's the knife that I run with, the 1/8 inch field lore. But there you go, beautiful knife. Somebody's gonna really enjoy that. Then I've got one of the blades that is sort of, it's the feel more like the signature, closer to the signature style blade. But this one is in MagnaCut as well. Has a stag, a lot of stag. If you got large hands or extra large hands, this one is ringing your doorbell, boy. I tell you what, with that liner in there and that stag, that's a lot of handle. A lot of handle. Just the width or the thickness of the width on that handle is about 1.25 inches. I mean, it's a lot of handle. But yeah, that is 1/8 inch MagnaCut. Pins are wood. It's kind of, they look kind of brass, like brass, but it's wood. But yeah, if you want stag and you like big handles, there you go. That is a wonderful knife right there. Okay, that's a new knife that hadn't been used. The ones that, if they've been used or I used them for a while, then the pricing will reflect that. But if there's no sale price, then that means it's a brand new model. It hasn't been used. Okay. All right. Here's one of the Master Outdoorsman, and you see it's got a little scratch there in the handle. It's got a Kydex sheath with a horizontal leather loop on it. And it's got scuffs on the blade. I used it for a while. This is the one I took pictures of and used in marketing, and also used it a time or two. Well, a time or two, several days, several weeks. Anyways, OD green canvas micarta with black pins. It does have a few little scratches on the handle and on the blade. It's kind of got a saber grind where most of the Outdoorsman's has a full flat. This one has more of a saber grind. But this one will be priced as a used knife with a Kydex sleeve. Should have got some water. All right. The next one is a Master Companion, and it's been used. It's got scuffs on the blade. I put a handle on it. It's his black canvas micarta with black pins, and I lasered an American flag in it. Isn't that cool? But it will come with a Kydex sheath with a horizontal carry leather loop, and it'll fit a belt. Both of these will fit a belt up to about 1.5 inches, 3/4 inch and 3/4. 3/4 will be a little tight on this one, but it'll fit the other one pretty well. But there you go. It's the Master Companion. It has a handle. Master Companion was released as a skeleton knife, but this one has a handle, and it's for small hands. You know, maybe this would be a good little neck knife, a child's knife. Somebody with small hands would like small knives. This will be a fantastic little knife for them. Cutting edge is about 3 1/4. Overall is just under 7 inches, like 6 7/8. Handle thickness is 5/8, less than 5/8. Not quite a half. Yeah, a little over a half. Let's say 5/8. But yeah, you can see it. Fantastic little EDC knife. Okay, now I've got 6 remaining RSTs, and they will come with a Kydex sleeve. All of them will be priced with a Kydex sleeve. And this is going to be my choice. I'm just going to have the listing there was 6 each. And whatever comes up when I put it in the envelope, that's the one you get. They're all pretty much alike. So anyway, if you don't know what the RST is, Again, just do a WC RST search on YouTube and videos will pop up, okay? It's a rescue tool. It's a hone. Most people, and that's what I use it for mostly, is a hone. Boy, it'll put an edge on a knife in a heartbeat. And it's just a phenomenal hone. But anyway, this is the RST. Has a 90-degree spine, has a rounded area here as a hone, flat area for a hone, has a seat belt box cutter, a little bit of a pry tool. It's 90-degree edges. You hollow out a spoon bowl with that. Has a hex there for a 1/4-inch driver. So anyway, it's a very useful tool. And again, they will come with a Kydex sleeve. You can keep it in your pocket or your pack. And these are the last ones. I don't know when I will ever order more steel. All of these are made out of CPM 154 steel. And a plate is over $1,000. So it's a big investment just to do RSTs. So I don't know if I'll ever do any more of them. So if you want one, these are the last 6 that in the foreseeable future. Let's put it that way. All right. Okay. Now I've got 4 of the Woodsman's Narrow. Has the Nesmith Comp, has a distal taper from about here to a very fine point, has the tooth, has a Scandi portion here all the way through, same degree, same angle, so it's easily sharpened. Made out of, these are made out of AEBL. I think that's an 1/8-inch AEBL. This one is orange Sure Touch with blue pins and blue liners. Width on the blade at the tooth is about 1.25 inches. Cutting edge is 4 1/8. Overall is 9. The width on this one is for a large to extra large hands, about 1 1/8 inches. So it's a lot of handle. So again, this is a standard model, and Randy pretty much he should have the pattern already for this, but you need to tell him it has a very large handle. So anyway, but yeah, that's the orange Sure Touch and blue pins, blue liner. I have one in black, black canvas micarta, brass pins. I got one in natural canvas micarta, brass pins. And the last one is in black Sure Touch with brass pins. Okay. The next 4 is WCNKs. I've got, this one is in canvas, OD green canvas micarta. And give you some specs on it. At the tooth, blades are about 1.5 inches wide. Cutting edge is about 3 1/2. Overall is about 8 1/8. Handle thickness for the micartas is right around 7/8. Handle length is about 4 1/2. I think I said that. But anyway, they fit in my large hands very nicely. Phenomenal little knife. I mean, it's just one of those knives that it's really surprising once you start using this. All those angles and the tooth and all that. I mean, it's fantastic whittler.
Here's what I found.
It's yeah, I don't care. See, they're always listening, folks. So anyway, it's one of those companion knives to the SK. Came out with it several years ago. Still a popular model. But that one's OD green. Here is one in natural. And these are AEBL. All of them, 1/8-inch AEBL. I've got one here in Coyote, Sure Touch with black pins. And this one is large to extra large hands. It's a little bit thicker. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. It doesn't have liners. This one's closer to 1 inch in the thickness. So it's You can tell it's a little bit thicker handle than these. So a little bit fuller handle. And then the last one is rosewood, red pins, red liner. It's about the same size as the micarta handles. Large hands, medium to large. If you like a thick handle as a medium glove, then you should be all right. They'll be cleaned up before we mail them out. Okay, I've got one Sportsman. This was my version of the Canadian belt knife. I've got lots of videos on this. Well, not on this, but this is a very old design. This is before came out with the Sportsman series, like the Sportsman's Choice or the Master Sportsman and all that. This was the forerunner to all of that. Has a natural canvas micarta handle, 3 30-seconds steel, AEBL full flat grind, has a 12 to 13 degree cutting edge, and it is like a laser, folks. It is like a laser. A lot of handle. A lot of people, they got to hide these from their wife because they get delegated to kitchen chores a lot. This is a fantastic little paring knife as well. So, guys, if you want to keep it, you better keep it in your pack or somewhere where your wife can't get hold of it. But anyway, the Sportsman, it's just the standard Sportsman, full flat grind, and it is a laser. Give you some specs. Cutting edge is 4 1/4. Then you have about a 3/4 choil, finger choil, and overall is 9 1/2. Handle length is 4 1/2. And again, this is micarta is always without liners is about 7/8 of an inch thick. So it get upside down, use those belly cuts, run down them legs. I mean, it's just it's got some finger grooves, but it doesn't hinder you in holding that knife in many different ways. So you can always index it no matter what you're doing in a cavity or whatever, because you always know which side that blade is pointing. So anyway, that's the reason I prefer something that's got some contours to it, so you know where that cutting edge is at all times, whether you see it or not. But anyway, Sportsman. Okay, now I've got 8 Nessies, and all of these has the what I call the multi-grind, which is basically a Scandi that has a distal taper all the way to a very fine tip. Okay. And again, I've got 8. This one is red Sure Touch. Cutting edge is about 3 3/8. And then you got a little finger choil there that's about 3/4 of an inch. Overall is 8 1/8. The handle length is about 4 inches. Thickness on the Sure Touch is about 7/8. Same as the micarta without the liner. If you have a liner, then that adds to the thickness. If it's a 16th inch liner, then it adds an 1/8 inch overall to the thickness of the handle. Liners add thickness to the handle. A lot of people get surprised at that, but anyway. So the width of the blade at the widest part near the finger choil is 1 inch. These are made out of 3 30-seconds Nitro V. Phenomenal little EDC, a little prep knife, skinning knife, has that Nessmuk hump there. All knives that come from my shop have a 90-degree spine, so those sparks from a ferro rod, just phenomenal. This was my favorite for a very long time. Still in the top 5, top 6 for the little Nessie. I love that little knife. Great little neck knife. If you have some young ones that is ready to graduate to a better knife, then this would be a good candidate for that. So it's very easily sharpened. Has that scanny that runs all the way through. It's just one angle all the way through. Easily sharpened. Has those curves so it cuts and slices like a dream. A very fine tip. Get in those joints, process that game. Great little knife. That one is red Sure Touch. I have two in natural canvas micarta. In the listing, I'm going to show this one as a dark natural micarta so you can differentiate between the two. And this one would just be a natural canvas micarta. Again, 3/32 Nitro V steel. Nitro V and AEBL, the Rockwell is around 61 to 63, somewhere along in there. I've got one in OD green canvas micarta, brass pins. I've got a black, got pollen on it, but I got black Sure Touch with black pins. I've got rosewood with red pins and red liners.
I found this on the web.
Oh man, I hate that. I'm gonna throw this watch away. With red pins and red liners, thickness on this one, since it has liners, is at the widest part just at about an inch. So then I've got one in orange Sure Touch blue pins, no liners. Thickness on that is 7/8, a little over 7/8. Just enough there to fill your hand up. Small knife with some large handles. I like handles that you can grab onto and hold onto. And, you know, when you get to a certain age, you have arthritis. So those small handles, a lot of times, it causes my hands to cramp because I'm always squeezing it, trying to feel that knife. But the thicker handles that I use, you don't have that. So anyway, that's the reason I tend to go with thicker handles on a lot of stuff. And the last one is a black canvas micarta. So that's the Nessies. And the last four is EDCs. These are made out of 1/8" AEBL. Has a distal taper to a very fine point. You see that? Widest part at the tooth is 1 3/8. Cutting edge is 3 1/2. Overall is 8 1/4. This one, someone had requested that I do one in very thin Sure Touch. So this is very thin Sure Touch with a liner, neon green pins and liners. Thickness on this is 3/8, a little over 3/8. Yeah, not quite, just under a 3/4. So, I mean, it still fills my hand up medium. Small, it's still going to fill your hand up very well. But medium, you still get away with a medium. Mine are large hands, so, it'll work. But, anyway, very flat. So if you're going to use it as pocket carry, it'll slip in your pocket very well. Just need to have someone do your a Kydex sleeve for it. Not me. I don't do sheaths. Okay, so that's the one in the thin or narrow handles. I've got another EDC in orange Sure Touch with blue liners, blue pins, and the thickness on this handle. This is for large to extra large hands. Is an inch, pushing an inch and 1/8, something like that. But yeah, it's a lot of handle. So anyway, a great little knife for EDC. I've got one in natural canvas micarta. And then I've got one in OD green with red pins and red liners. These pins and liners, the red is more of a burgundy or a wine colored. See the difference in the red? This is cherry red and this is red. Cherry red, red. So anyway, again, very, very nice for large to extra large hands. Handle is right at an inch on this one. I like that texture on that that canvas micarta. I think that's got to be my favorite handle, is that canvas micarta. Use about a 40 grit, finish it off. It gives it a very nice texture, real grippy. I just love the feel of that. So anyway, all right, that's what's on sale. Hope you got a full list, and go over to my website, wcknives.com, and go into the Shop Knives webpage, and you'll see a listing that says sold out. It'll say sold out until Tuesday at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. Then another listing will pop up that'll give you the option to buy, okay? And again, in the past, these things sell out in a matter of minutes. Now, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but be prepared to be quick. Have all of your information in Apple Pay or some sort of payment. Register on the website if you want to register your credit card there, so that you can pay as quickly as possible. Because again, it is not who has it in their cart first, it's who pays first, okay? That's who gets the knife. So I wish all of you the best. I wish everyone could get their perfect knife, but it's just hasn't happened yet. So a lot of people get fortunate and get what they want, but not many. So anyway, you guys are awesome. Fantastic. Couldn't do this without you. Love each and every one of you. Y'all be safe. Be careful. And we'll catch you again very soon. Get in the backyard, whittle on stick. Be sure and take a chow when you get the opportunity. And don't get those plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again very soon.